CPFC Geo saying Richarlison is actually the funniest player, man. This guy can actually never celebrate a goal without it being ruled out or being a consolation.
I know. How many goals now? If he had all his disallowed goals were counted, would he be like Premier League top goal scorer? It's nuts. Over the years, it's just crazy. Either disallowed or comes back to bite him a minute later. One of the two.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
He's like one of the most unluckiest footballers in a generation, man.
Also, they never give it on the field. It's always VAR. If it wasn't for VAR, he must hate VAR
so much, man.
He must be the player that's been cost most by VAR, I would say.
Yeah.
Surely.
Spurs Army, Brennan and Madders at the darts last night. What'd you say? Oh, that's last year.
That's last year as
well. But Brennan was at the darts last
with
night,
Madison.
with Madison.
So they did it in again. So they didn't cancel their trip this time. You know, Frank said before the game they cancelled their trip after the Forest. They were going to go to the darts.
Maybe they were all going to go together. Maybe Brennan was the last one standing.
I see.
Brennan's like, I'm leaving anyway. It wasn't making a difference. But them two were at the darts last night.
I'm sure they had a great night.
So this kit, what the hell is this? Because Spurs Army tweeted out from Footy Headlines, who are usually quite accurate with the kit, saying this is Nike are set to release a retro shirt during the 26-27 season. This looks absolutely horrendous. I'm not going to lie. Like, seriously, what the hell is that?
It looks horrific. It's just, I don't even like looking at it. It hurts my eyes.
Maybe that's the plan.
It's weird.
Maybe that's the plan.
Oh, clever. Very clever. If you get the opposition to close their eyes, might be get a chance of scoring a goal.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting.
I mean, you know what? I'll take a horrendous kit if it makes the opposition close their eyes. To be honest, but that is an awful kit. That is probably
what they're trying.
That is probably one of the worst kits I've ever seen.
This can't be real.
If it is, it's ridiculous.
Who came up with this? Don't understand. What's all the? I get this. What black just stripe and then what are these other colours? Like this little. I don't know what they're.
There's red in there.
There's a bit of red. Nah, get this gone.
Get that kit in the bin, Tottenham.
Gone.
Seriously, that is awful. Paratici at the game last night with Vinay there sitting. There were some other shots of him, stills that came out, just him just looking so depressed.
What do we think that means?
What, that he was there or that he was looking depressed?
Either. Both.
Your guess is as good as mine, mate.
Because heavy rumours that we are just awaiting an official announcement, according to Matteo Moretto, for him to Fiorentina. So there was also some ITK saying he's left.
Yeah.
Now he's pictured at the ground. Is it maybe not as close as we think? Is it just a case of maybe there were some suggestions on the fan show that maybe that goes to show we're in talks with Palace about with over players. Is it just a case of he's still in the job, so he's going to keep doing the job until he doesn't?
I think it's more that than anything else.
But the whole thing is crazy, isn't it? If he does end, because it looks like he's going to leave. We don't know yet, but it looks like he's going to leave before the window.
Yeah.
And that's got to be a blow, isn't it?
Well, the window starts in like 2 days.
Yeah.
3 days.
I don't know if you can, you've cut out a bit of the picture, but some suggesting as well there's Ange on the left-hand side next to Fabio.
Ange?
Yeah. It cuts out a bit. You can zoom in.
All right, Ange is coming back, Sim.
Because it cuts out on the Wirecast. There you go. Is Ange there? Having secret talks with Fabio.
Good.
Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, I think it's more of a case of he's just going to turn up for work until he's not working anymore.
I guess, yeah, makes sense. But then, I guess. But I'm saying, like, Matt Wells, didn't turn up for the last game. Then I think a few days later,
he was at the Forest game.
No, there was one game he wasn't at.
He left 2 days after the Forest game.
What was the game after Forest? Liverpool. He wasn't on the touchline.
Yeah, because he was already in America.
But I'm saying it wasn't announced yet.
Yeah, but it was announced the next day.
Right, but I'm saying but my point is, if it was imminent, it was going to be announced. Like
Like we had those strong rumours for Matt Well. It wasn't even strong rumours. Everyone was saying he's gone. He's gone after the Forest game. We knew he was going after the Forest game. It's not as far as once with Paratici.
Well, we're hearing is we're just waiting the announcement.
Yeah, one journalist is saying that. You know, who knows? You know, could be true. It might not be true. What we were hearing about Matt Wells is like literally he's gone after the Forest game. It wasn't. It was like pretty much official.
Sounds pretty official to me, Fabio, but we'll see. Maybe it's not as close as we think.
Yeah. Bleacher Report saying Spurs have won the same number of Premier League games at other London stadiums as they have at their own this season. That is mad. That is mad.
Well, we won West Ham, Palace.
And that's it.
That's it. West Ham, Palace.
How have we only
just
won
hate our own stadium?
How have we only won 2 Premier League games at home all season?
It's crazy, isn't it?
And how are we top of the away table? How is
So
that
last season, for the last 19 games, we also only won 2, isn't it? So we've won 2, and then we've got 4 home games in the year.
Have we picked up more points away from home
Must have.
this season than we did the whole of last season?
I don't know about that. Maybe. I can check.
Because we were terrible away from home last season.
So on 17 points, I think, aren't we, away from home?
Yeah.
Away from home.
Yeah.
This season. Last season we picked up 17 points.
Wow. So we've picked up the same amount of points
already. Yeah,
That's crazy.
it's nuts. This last season we had 21 points at home, and this season we're on 8.
Well, someone says in the comments, Spurs are the away day kings. All we need to do is brush up on that home form, and we'll be bang up there for the European spots in the Premier League.
But the funny thing is, the underlying stats suggest we're not even that good away.
Well, that's not what the results suggest.
The underlying stats say Villa should be near the bottom of the league as well, so who knows?
Exactly. This one says he's truly the funniest guy ever. Richarlison, captain, MVP, 2 goals disallowed, 1 assist, 3 points. What a day.
She's got the captain's armband.
I think Richarlison might be one of the most shameless men in football.
For those wondering, Danso was actually given man of the match, but Richarlison just loves stealing it and taking a picture with it. I don't know, it's just his thing now.
One of the most shameless men in football. I love it. Memorino says, is it offside? Did Richarlison score it? Yes. Did he do the pigeon? Yes. It means it's offside. If he only did 1 peck, is his shirt off? Yes. Offside and the game's over.
That's literally how it works with Rishi. We should know it by now. Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Statmuse FC says Richarlison this season has got 7 goals and 3 assists. Only one of 7 players with 10 GAs in the league this season.
Not bad, is he?
Not bad. You got a halfway line goal in there as well.
All right, scissor kick.
Scissor kick as well. Do we actually have R9 then?
He's also scored against Arsenal, United, Liverpool, and PSG.
Yeah, man. Absolutely bad. And, you know, Bukayo Saka, the golden child of the Premier League, has only got 2 assists this season in the Premier League.
But every week I keep hearing how bad Rishi is.
Yeah. Well, he's doing very well this season in terms of goals and assists. But anyway, maybe it's not about goals and assists. It's about how he plays.
True. That's part of it.
Loading says, I don't want to hear any player quality used as an excuse again because we legitimately look second best to a team fielding Lerma at centre-back, Nathaniel Klein, Will Hughes and Justin Devaney. Yep.
It's hard to disagree with that.
Yeah, I mean, I was going through it on the car on the way there, like man for man, Spurs against Crystal Palace, and I think...
This version of Palace, like what we played yesterday.
The one that they played yesterday. And I think we had about... Well, I think 3, probably 2 or 3 Crystal Palace players in there, which was Wharton, Mateta, Dean Henderson potentially.
Well, you put Guehi ahead of...
Guehi, yeah, we had Guehi in there as well. We had 4.
Yeah, I think that probably makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is why I don't get the conversation about player quality when it will, like, for me, like, I understand it to an extent, but I think people just go overboard. They just excuse everything as if we have just a team of absolute crap. And I just don't buy it. Yeah. It's not what I'm seeing.
I agree with you.
I know, but people call in yesterday and they're just like going through our squad and just saying how bad and shit everyone is, and like, how can I expect Frank to do any more with what we have? And it's like,
well, what it is that they're made to look worse than they are.
Exactly.
That's
That would
the
be
problem.
my point. And then people bring up Pochettino, right? And people say about, yeah, look at Poch, but he had a great squad, and that's why. But when Poch took over, Walker was seen as a rubbish player. People didn't like him. Jan had just been off the back of a horrible season where everyone said he wanted out. Dembele, people were saying he was a bit of a flop. People weren't sure what he is, and he wasn't playing regular games. Like Danny Rose, people were saying he's an average left back. Like people weren't sure about him either. So like all these players we now consider to be incredible weren't when Poch took over.
And also, on top of that, he got really good levels out of players like Ben Taleb and Mason, and even for that time when Jan was injured, or I think Jan or Toby was injured, Kevin Wimmer came in and put in some unbelievable
Even
displays
Tom
for
Carroll
us.
used to come in for the
Tom
odd
Carroll
game.
as well. Like those players would get nowhere near our team right now.
But those players we knew weren't great, but he could get something out of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what the manager's job is all about.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Obviously, to an extent, because there's only so much he can do. But to say that what I'm looking at is only the most he can do is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm in total agreement there. Spurs Express saying Richarlison created 3 chances and won 9 total duels yesterday versus Crystal Palace. Brilliant shift from El Pombo.
Yeah, and I think yesterday was another example for me of when Rishi's looking physically on it, he's like a different player, and that's what gives him that edge. Like when he's off it, even like 5% physically, it seems to completely ruin his game. Yesterday he did look 100%.
Yeah, the problem is just like these performances, like many players that we have. It's just so up and down. Like he can score a goal on any given day, Richarlison, but a lot of the times this season, his performances have just been so frustrating, haven't they?
I agree, but I also do think it's not a coincidence that since Mwani's come back regular fit, we have seen a better Richarlison. In a sense that I think he does well I think he does a bit better when they're both on together, and it's helped a bit more rotation as well. He's been able to take him out of the team a bit. So I think we've seen a better Richarlison. I think since Mwani's come back.
Yeah, but I mean the question still remains if he is the guy. You know what I mean?
I don't think anyone thinks he's the guy, but my point would be everyone constantly bashes him. Every time I hear it online or people call in, Sim, you think Richarlison's amazing? You think he's dirt shit? He's the worst thing.
I think only Danny says that.
There's a lot of people who say it. And I understand there's some things that Richarlison does that you think, how the hell is he a professional footballer? And I get that. I do completely get that. But I think the criticism for him is so over the top, as if he's like the worst thing. People think he's one of the worst strikers in the league. Like, he's not that bad.
Yeah, there's always a scapegoat, isn't there? And unfortunately, he is one of them this season. And on top of that, he's probably one of our... But how... Tell me how this makes sense. This season, it's Richarlison, right? And he's got our most goal contributions, 7 goals in the Premier League this season. Last year, everyone was saying the same about Brennan Johnson, and he was the one that got our most goals last season.
We just hate our goal scorers, I think. We just hate them. Look,
because our goal scorers are always being compared to Harry Kane and Son.
Yeah, that's the problem. They're comparing them to world-class players, and they're just not that. They serve a purpose in the squad, but they're not what we truly want. But it's not their fault. They're doing their job.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, you'll only get them to a certain level, and I think Richarlison's probably... The performance yesterday was probably close to that level.
Yeah, I mean,
the best that you're going to get out of him.
Yeah, for sure.
Chef Supreme says Spurs away fans won Tottenham the game today. They have sung their hearts out for 90 minutes. Let's have it right. Come on.
Absolutely. I think those were the biggest winners yesterday with the fans for sure. They were brilliant.
Absolutely. 1882 Tottenham says, this happened every throw, by the way, despite the Tottenham bench complaining to the officials each time. But it's not only Tottenham. The PGMOL is too busy handing out extra bans to our players for walking off slightly slow after a red card, despite being the hundreds of similar cases. I mean...
Did you notice any foul throws yesterday?
I did not, to be honest.
I did.
Did you? How many were there?
I don't know how exactly, but it seemed to be happening a lot. Look at that. He's basically on the pitch throwing.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
That's mad.
It's It's ridiculous. How they allow that to happen time after time.
It's crazy.
It was quite frustrating. You could see, I don't know if you saw, but the coaches, staff were starting to get really frustrated.
Seb Stafford Bloor says young players are not the problem at Tottenham. They've bought well for tomorrow. It's today that needs fixing though, because those young careers need proper stability. Yeah, it's a fair point, to be honest.
But I also find it interesting when when it comes to a lot of our players, when we talk about Frank, give him time, but we don't talk about our players in the same way. A lot of people.
Yeah, like which players are you talking about?
The younger players, Gray, Bergvall, Odegaard, Tell.
I think, I think everyone does say give them time, but they need to be afforded the time with someone ahead of them instead of them being first choice. You know what I mean? We still need the quality for today, like he's saying, as well as having these players that can be good in the future and still impact games now, but they shouldn't be our first choices. That's the whole thing.
That's fair.
Sean Walsh saying, I know this is quite literally unbelievable, but after not winning on the road in 2 months, Tottenham are top of the Premier League away table again. Yeah, it's mad.
Crazy.
We've got the same record away from home as Arsenal this season.
Arsenal
and Aston Villa. And they're both in title races.
We've scored 5 more goals away from home than Arsenal. But they really only scored 11 goals.
Yeah, they park the bus and go for a 1-0. Well, I guess so do we, but... yeah, it is mad. It really is mad. We've conceded the same amount of Aston Villa on the road, but we've scored 2 more than them.
One of the lowest scorers. They're the lowest scorers I can see on that list.
Yeah.
Where are they? Let's see. Where are they on the list for goals? They are... Yeah, not the lowest, like 10th.
Mid-table.
Yeah, mid-table. Going to come back to bite them, I'm telling you.
Man, just brush up on that home form and we can get into the top. Who knows? I'm not even going to say a number. We can get into the top something.
If you look at the underlying metrics, what it suggests is our home form is not as bad as what our results are, but our away form is nowhere near as good as what the results are either. So maybe that's going to even itself out. That's what I would predict.
But we are like halfway through the season, so we've played half the teams away from home already this season, and we're sitting top. Because this is actually a big sample size in terms of results. We're doing fantastically well away from home.
I'm saying results-wise, yeah. But I'm saying what it suggests, what it will level out as, is the home form should stabilise in terms of it won't be this bad. We're going to start to win a few more games.
What metrics are you talking about?
The what's called the expected goals, the difference, what we are away from home, what we are at home. In terms of how many good chances we create and how many good chances we concede. And it's apparently a massive overperformance away from home, especially from goals conceded. We concede way more chances than we...
So in terms of the difference, where should we be in the away form table?
17th. And the home form, we should be 17th, 16th, 15th. So not as bad as we are.
So Danny's right then. This XG nonsense is rubbish.
Why? Why is he right?
Because we're sitting top of the league.
It's called an outlier.
An outlier. How many outliers are there this season?
In general,
yeah,
not that many.
Well, Villa's one.
Villa's one, yeah. Where are Villa? Villa's one massive outlier.
Yeah.
Sunderland are an outlier because they're a lot higher than they should be. Apart from that, not too many.
Who else? So Brentford should be a bit higher. Or no, are they 8th in the league? Brentford?
They are 8th.
Oh, right.
Brentford are 3 points off Chelsea.
And we're 4.
And we're 4, yeah, but I'm saying it's mad. Brentford.
Yeah.
You know, this season from Brentford
is the highest ever, yeah.
The highest they've ever gotten at this point.
I know, it's crazy. Yeah, you'd be on it.
Well, if that's what we're going by, you do what at Brentford, you deserve the job.
Squawker says Archie Gray is the youngest Englishman to score for Tottenham in the Premier League since Dele Alli. Wow. Both did it against Crystal Palace.
There you go.
Spurs making records at Selhurst Park. Love it. And here we are. The biggest overperformers of XG in the Premier League this season are Aston Villa, Tottenham and Manchester City. Not much in it between Tottenham and Aston Villa.
Yeah, but the difference is, for those two teams, is City, and I don't know about Villa, but definitely City, overperform from a point of they create a hell of a lot, but because of their quality, they still outscore their XG because they've still got Foden and Cherky scoring from outside the box, but they still create a hell of a lot of chances. Whereas we're creating barely anything, and we're basically turning water into wine, essentially. That's what the forward players are doing, essentially. That's what the stats say, anyway. So that's the difference.
Yeah. I mean, how high is the percentage of goals that we've scored from set pieces this season?
I believe someone wrote in the chat yesterday it's 9 from 27.
Is that a high? That's not a high percentage, is it? In terms of high compared to other teams in the league?
Oh, I don't know about that.
I wouldn't say it is. Maybe it is.
I think the whole set piece thing has stabilised in terms of across the league. There was a period where it was crazy. Everyone was scoring every week. I still think it's high in terms of the overall average, but for the last, I would say, month, it hasn't been. I think it's stabilised.
In terms of that number, though, 5.35, you take Richarlison's goal out of that, that probably goes down by like 1.
5.3, no, a lot more than that, I would say.
Well, there you go. That's like just one goal of it.
Oh, his one goal, you mean?
Yeah.
I thought you meant him in general.
No, I'm saying that one goal is probably like the biggest disparity of overperforming in XG.
Yeah.
I mean, that XG must have been like 0.00. Like,
So, yeah,
there's no chance of scoring a goal
it's
from
about
there.
1%. Usually, a shot on the halfway line is about 1%, yeah. 1 in 100.
You know what I mean? So I'm just trying to think of mad goals that we've scored that would have overperformed massively in XG. That's the only one.
When he scissor kicked it. That was probably one. That was good. Don't know off the top of my head. What games we had? I don't know. But from those stats, what the stats suggest is the player quality is better than. If you create more, they'll score more. Essentially, that's what it suggests.
Yeah. Well, we should start creating more then.
Oh, damn right.
Jake says, pretty good opportunity to build some momentum here. 100%. We have to build the momentum now. We've got some really winnable games.
Yeah, look, this fixture list. Obviously, we did it already up until the Bournemouth game, but there are some very good games. We've got West Ham at home, Burnley away. Obviously, we've got the 2 Champions League games in there as well, which were big games. FA Cup as well. It's a very big month. It's a really big month, isn't it?
We can put some proper points on the board here this month. Like some proper. I wouldn't be surprised if come the end of this month we're bang up there.
I would be surprised with the way we're playing, but you never know. Look, sometimes it just takes a result like that.
But look how the rest of these teams are playing. West Ham are losing every week. Bournemouth are losing every week. Burnley are losing every week.
Yeah, it's fair. It's absolutely right. Absolutely right. We could take advantage of that. Obviously Brentford and
Sunderland obviously have half their team out of the AFCON.
The funny thing is, we could, let's say, not win the next 2 and then win the next 3 and you're bang up there.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's so tight.
I can see us getting points against Sunderland and Brentford. The game that worries me the most in this is obviously Aston Villa in the FA Cup. I can't see us getting anything from that game. But in these Premier League games that are on your screen right now, I can see us getting quite a lot of points.
The only problem is I guess you probably say maybe it's a factor for everyone, but the amount of games, do we have the squad to cope with it? That's the
well,
question.
it's not a factor for everyone because not everyone on that list is in Europe. Exactly, none of them are in Europe. And we've got 2 European games there.
That's the big issue.
But they come in the latter stages of the month, so it shouldn't really be a factor before then. And we've got 4 Premier League games before then.
What would be an acceptable points return for you?
As in the bottom barrel?
Just forget the cup games and the cup games, just the league games.
What do I
That's
what do I
5 games
predict
there,
or
15,
what's acceptable?
There's 15 games. What's acceptable?
I
don't like that word though, because it implies if you don't make it, you want him sacked, and that's not true. So what do you
What do I predict?
Yeah, what do you predict?
I'm going for a win at Brentford. A draw against Sunderland. I can see us struggling to score against. I think that could be like 0-0 that game, Spurs Sunderland. I can see us beating Bournemouth away. We'll beat West Ham, and we'll beat Burnley.
Wow. Unbeaten.
Yeah, I'm going for unbeaten in this run. Yeah.
Unbeaten run.
What are you going for?
I do think we're going to lose one of the next two. I'm not sure which one.
The one you think we'll lose is probably Bournemouth.
No, one of the next two.
Oh, the next two? No, I don't think so.
Brentford or Sunderland. I think we're going to lose one of those.
If we win it, if we lose either of them, it'll probably.
I've
be
got
Brentford.
a feeling now. I said we'll beat Brentford, but having watched us play and watch Brentford win, I've got a feeling they might get something out of it now.
Brentford are the 4th best home team in the league.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. Although we do know how to play them, so that plays into our favour. And obviously that was one of our better performances, beating them. I'm going to go 3 points out of the next two. I'm going to go draw against Bournemouth and then 2 wins. So 1, 2, so 8. 8 points. So I'm saying no wins in the next 3. That's a bit harsh, maybe. Maybe we'll win one of them.
I think we have to pick up significant points, and I think we will.
Although, if we get 8 points, that probably puts us in a decent position.
Yeah, if we get what I said,
And then
that puts us in a very good position going into February.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, if we do that, but still we're not playing well.
Would you give up? Would you give up a top 8 finish for a better league position right now? A top 8 finish in the Champions League, I mean.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
What, for a better league?
No, for a better month in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Would you rather lose one of those games and win an extra Premier League
100%.
game than be top 8?
I would.
Then you got the extra games in Feb.
Yeah, I don't mind that. I'd prefer to see us show some consistency in the league and actually look like we're going somewhere.
Or that FA Cup?
No.
No, you
No. We that's the most important game this month.
That's the most important game. Would you lose 4 out of the 5 to win the FA Cup?
Oh, lose 4 out of the 5. Will that give us the opportunity to bin off the league and focus on the FA Cup?
Hell it will. Focus on the cups.
Let's just get to a place where we're safe, and then we can bin off the league and go for the FA Cup.
That's what we love to do.
No, but genuinely, that FA Cup game, if we can beat Villa, I would take like 2 losses out of that run to beat Villa.
Oh look, now is the time for Frank. Well, I say now's the time. January's not finished yet, and everyone's saying it's all gonna change after January.
Yeah, but regardless of players that we bring in January or whatever, we should be able to win the majority of those league games without signings.
Imagine we have a really good month, and then we add signings into that, the momentum that.
Then we are cooking.
Then we're flying.
But Javi will be back for the Bournemouth away game.
Yeah, that's crucial. And maybe a doggy will be back.
And Romero should be back for Brentford. We haven't heard. He will be back for Brentford because his appeal is January the 2nd. So if he gets an extra ban, it'll be Sunderland.
Well, this is I think maybe this month could make or break us potentially.
It'll be harsh though to take Dancer out of the team after the performance he put in though.
Got to do it.
Yeah. All right. Next up is Harry. He says, "I love footballers act like NPCs in each other's comment section."
So everyone's clapping Gray for his goal. It's almost
Mikey Moore getting in there. Robbie Keane wants the job.
They feel, you know what they feel? They feel like, on FM when they do the social media. There's like those kind of comments, like FM characters.
Yeah. And here we go. This is Brennan at the darts yesterday.
Oh yeah, here's the one. Made it safe and sound. He looks happy.
All the way from South London, from Croydon to North London in Alexandra Palace.
I see. I bet he was hoping he didn't get on, so he can just go straight. Didn't have to get changed or nothing. Didn't have to have a shower.
Talk THFC saying he's literally an NPC. Like what? What's an NPC?
Non-player character on a video game. Non-playable character. There's like one of those characters you go up and they're not playable, so like you go up to them, they'll just say the same thing, kind of thing.
Okay.
So he's like You know when they do a shot of like a FIFA character?
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. That's what the reaction was like. It was a bit like that, to be honest, if you watch it.
Frank the NPC. But yeah, that's it, people. That is all we have time for today.